Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're completely unpacking a massive masterclass on Google Ads. The goal here is pretty simple. By the end of our time together, we want to transform you from a complete beginner into a confident, highly capable campaign launcher. We're going to take hours of complex strategies and distill them down to just the absolute essentials. Let's kick things off with a simple question. You know those sponsored links you see at the very top of your Google search results every single day? Like you search for best laptop or 2-bedroom flat, and boom, right there at the top are those tiny sponsored tags. But have you ever actually stopped to think about what's happening behind the scenes there? It's pretty wild. Those little text blocks are actually the secret engines driving millions, literally billions, of dollars in revenue for businesses all over the world. So, here's our step-by-step playbook for today. We're going to breeze through the power of Google Ads, choosing your campaign type, winning the ad rank, mastering keywords and bidding, and finally, crafting the perfect ad. Let's get right into it. Kicking off with Section 1, the power of Google Ads. Think about it like this. Whether you're a massive giant like Amazon or just a local freelancer offering design services, your absolute biggest hurdle is finding customers who are actually ready to buy, right? With most other platforms, you're essentially interrupting people. But with Google Ads, you're capturing traffic from people who are actively searching for solutions. Putting your business directly in front of someone the exact second they're looking for what you sell, that is an absolute business superpower.
All right, let's jump to Section 2, choosing your campaign type.
Now, when you get in there, you'll see a sheer variety of ways to reach people. You've got video ads for YouTube, display ads for website banners, shopping ads for physical products, demand gen, and the all-in-one Performance Max. It's a lot, I know. But to keep things simple, focused, and highly effective for your first launch, we're going to focus entirely on the absolute king of them all. And that is the search campaign. We're zoning in on this today because it represents the core intent of Google. When someone types, say, digital marketing online course, and your ad pops up right there at the top of the page, you're matching their precise problem with your precise solution. It's straightforward, it's highly measurable, and it's incredibly powerful. Which brings us to Section 3, winning the ad rank. Okay, there's a massive common misconception here that we need to clear up. Most beginners think the person who pays the most per click just automatically gets that #1 position. But Google absolutely doesn't work that way. You actually have to win what's called the ad rank auction. Your position is determined by an algorithm behind the scenes, not just your wallet. So, what does Google actually judge you on? These 5 specific factors: ad copy, landing page quality, keyword relevance, bidding strategy, and budget. The crucial takeaway here is that a highly relevant, beautifully written ad pointing to a fantastic, mobile-friendly website can literally outrank a sloppy competitor who's just throwing a massive budget at the wall. Google's top priority is a great experience for the searcher. Give them that, and they'll reward you with better placement for way less money. Oh, and before we jump into keywords, I have to point out a huge beginner mistake with location targeting. Deep in your settings, you always want to choose presence over interest. See, if you target interest, someone living 5 states away who just happens to be reading an article about your city might see your local ad. By selecting presence, you guarantee you aren't draining your budget on clicks from people who are nowhere near your actual business. It's a total lifesaver.
All right, Section 4, mastering keywords and bidding. Think of keyword matching exactly like fishing. Broad match is like casting a huge, expensive net. If you bid on furniture, you might accidentally catch people searching for cheap, used furniture deals. Exact match is more like precise spear fishing, where your ad only shows for one exact phrase. But phrase match, that's the perfect middle ground. It's the perfect bait that catches the core meaning of what you want, keeping your volume high but your relevance super tight. So I really want you to remember this golden rule. To protect your wallet from wildly irrelevant broad match clicks, while still getting enough traffic to actually make sales, always start exclusively with phrase match keywords. So how do we actually find these keywords without getting totally overwhelmed? Well, there's a brilliantly simple strategy. First, just ask an AI like ChatGPT to act as a Google Ads expert and give you a quick list of phrase match ideas for your business. Second, don't overload your campaign. Start incredibly small. And third, wait for the actual data to roll in using Google's search term reports. That's going to show you exactly what real, actual human beings typed into Google before clicking your ad. And when I say start small, I mean it. 2. You truly only need to start with just 2 highly relevant phrase match keywords. A lot of beginners dump like 30 keywords into a new campaign and instantly lose track of what's working. Don't do that.
Start with 2 great ones, check those search term reports a few days later, and let the real incoming data guide your exact next moves. Now, as those search term reports start rolling in, you'll inevitably see some weird, totally unrelated searches sneaking through. This is exactly where you use negative keywords. You're explicitly telling Google, hey, absolutely do not show my ad if they type this specific word. It's basically plugging the holes in a leaky bucket so you don't waste your hard-earned budget on people looking for free stuff or completely different services. Let's wrap things up with Section 5, crafting the perfect ad. A perfect text ad is dynamic. You aren't just writing one single title. You actually write up to 15 different catchy headlines and 4 detailed descriptions, and then Google mixes and matches them to see what works best. And the best part? You don't have to brainstorm it all alone. You can use Google's built-in AI text customization to automatically scan your landing page for ideas, or jump into the Ads Transparency Center to ethically spy on the headlines your biggest competitors are currently running. So how does this fit into the big picture? Well, you never want to rely on just one single ad setup. Inside your ad group, you should always aim to create a minimum of 4 distinct ad copy variations. By giving Google 4 totally different angles to work with, the algorithm can test them against each other in real time and automatically favor the absolute winner that's pulling in the most clicks. Finally, you want your ad to take up as much physical real estate on the screen as humanly possible, and you do that through ad extensions. Think site links to your About Us page, callouts for your specific features, big upfront price tags, or even a lead form right there on the search results page. You are visually dominating your competitors. It makes your ad physically bigger, way more helpful, and vastly more clickable. We've covered the essentials, from picking your campaign type and defending your budget with phrase matches, all the way to crafting undeniable ad copy. You are now fully armed with a complete beginner to pro playbook. The top of the Google search page isn't just reserved for the biggest budgets anymore. It's reserved for the smartest strategies. So the only question left is, how quickly are you going to launch your first optimized search campaign and start claiming your spot?